Good afternoon. It is Thursday. One more day to the weekend. Almost TGIF. This is little sunscreen and it's 80, what, 6 today? 84, 82. It's in the low to mid 80s today. So yeah, I put on sunscreen late because I was busy working on a job. So all this is just sitting around the house, heat, 80 something heat, because it is finally fall in Phoenix, officially weather-wise, which means people are gonna be on these streets. Which is fine. So I'm going to happy hour again. Football's gonna be on again because I keep having happy hour on Thursdays. The eyes, which is just kind of a natural kind of look, is by Lash Step, which I get in my Ipsy kit subscription for October. Let me open it for you. Oh, that's where the thing is. I was looking for this part because I was like, the mirror. I was like, why is the mirror kind of foggy? Because I was trying to do my eyes using the mirror, and I'm like, but it was kind of foggy, and I'm like, I couldn't get this off. I was like, maybe it just has a film on it. Couldn't get it off. And now it's just fine. Which would have been fine when I was trying to do my eyes earlier. Yeah, so let's do it like this. So these are the colors. To me, it looks like the Makeup by Mario, his palette that everybody raves about. It looks like that. And it's just a different brand. So especially it's mattes. They're all mattes. I don't think I'll ever use the white. And we're going to use the black with my eyeliner when I'm done tonight. Otherwise, yeah, just some browns. Where have you? A little reddish brown is in there. You had to use eye primer because otherwise it probably wouldn't show up as much. Next week, so I might miss because I have a film thing. Still need to look to see how the RSVP on that, or if they're just counting Facebook as RSVP. So to become a member of the group, and I'm like, another film group, I'm in a lot of film groups, and they all post a lot of the same things, so that's why I usually don't want to join another film group. Maybe a bit much. I see it right there on my nose. So I'll rub some of this off. That's the good thing about the weather right now is it's not cold, it's not too warm, and probably be, I think it has a patio where we're going. When am I posting this? Yeah, I'll be after hours anyway. Dapper and Stouts? I think that's what it's called. I'll put what it was actually called. I guess they do coffee, but they also do alcohol as well. Obviously, happy hour. I'm sure they have coffee happy hours. They do. I know I've gotten things in my apps. Not that far from my house. And I'm like, I think it's in the old building of a place. Over there in Uptown. That I used to, I don't go in that little corner there at the Uptown Plaza, if y'all been to the Uptown Plaza. So, I don't go in that corner. I go to AJ's, but I don't go to that corner. Usually, yeah, I literally go to AJ's and I go to Shake Shack, which I'm gonna go afterwards. Happy hour, because I don't buy happy hour food. It's gonna be not happy hour food, but the bar food, whenever bar we go to, I don't try not to buy food there because it's expensive. So I'm gonna go Shake Shack afterwards, maybe get some nuggets. So I usually get they're known for the burgers, which I enjoy the burgers, but they seem to go by so fast. So I usually get a chicken sandwich, which is a little more hefty and filling. And if you get the fries, there's way too many fries. And those crinkly fries in one, it's too expensive. Basically eating there is too expensive. Yeah, I was gonna do that. So I remember what I was gonna do. Okay, so what, before I forget, because I'm distracting myself, I'm gonna use this as primer. Just kind of T-zone, which is why I stopped, because I was like, something. And I might just keep this buddy. I think the pink one I'll maybe use during the summer and not, since I'm not really wanting to use it now. And I just realized, I'm like, why do I keep wiping my hands on it? So I was donated some one size makeup removers. And it's an unopened pack. Keeping it in the refrigerator. So I'm using that. And I hear they're very big, so one should suffice. I know I could talk during this time. They weren't kidding. Huge. Okay, I have to figure that out because getting them back in, I'm not wasting any. When it's donated, I don't like wasting things. Okay, we're gonna put that right there. I was just trying to wipe my fingers off. That was all I was trying to do. Okay. But yeah. So that corner I don't really go to other than Shake Shack and AJ's. I used to go to AJ's sometimes for a single beer, sometimes for pastries or cookies. The flowers, sometimes I'll get a little bouquet of flowers or what have you. And I did set my eyebrows already because I was setting the concealer under my eyebrows, which I realized was not light enough anyway. There used to be a creamistery. I don't know if you remember creamistery that used to be over there. Leave a comment because I used to go over there. I have a bunch of the spoons because the spoons were like hard plastic kind of things. You can reuse them. I don't know if that was the goal. But it's what I did. So I used to, and then they left. And there's there's a seafood place over there, which I've been to once, kind of expensive. It is uptown, it's kind of an expensive little area. And then I'm trying to think who else is over there. There's like a chiropractor over there, I think. Like clockwork. Wait till I start recording. Let's have a fight. I was waiting for them to stop. There's Applebee's over there, but I ain't been in Applebee's in at least 10-something years. When a bunch, maybe even more. I like Chili's. I don't like Applebee's. So that's why I don't go there. I've been there maybe to go a few times to just get a steak and like a potato or whatever to go, which I know sounds weird, but it's a cheaper steak than I guess I could go to, cheaper than buying a steak at AJ's and cooking it myself. Buy whole meal versus buying a steak at AJ's. Did I? Okay, I'm thinking about that right now. I don't have a brush for that with a sponge, so I'll get up in a second for that. And edit accordingly. Okay. Still fighting. In the Mented website last night, I was like, because there's a lot of early Black Friday sales. So I was on the website trying to see if they had anything going on. And the website was acting up, kept saying everything I clicked on. Sorry, we don't have that kind of thing. Try this. And I'm like, what? And it was on everything, because I was looking for concealers to see if they were in stock. They were not. Well, I don't know if they were not, because maybe it's going through maintenance and they just didn't have the thing saying it was going through maintenance. It was a little annoying. I was like, okay, sometimes you don't have a signal. Agree that. Yeah, it's a nice smell too. I think it's kind of, this way just leave kind of this, instead of like a watery residue, kind of like a sheen or oil kind of thing. I guess that's good when you're taking all your makeup off, but when you're just trying to use it to wipe your hand off, it's like, what is this? So yeah. So yeah, I was like, because I got a Fenty email about, I was going to use another concealer too. So I was like, what am I sitting here for? It's the same shade. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I used to do under my brows. So I'm like, okay. And Fenty had 25% off. And I usually do Black Friday or Cyber Monday. 25% off. Maybe a 30% VIP. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So 25% off some of the things I wanted. That's probably the cheapest it's going to ever go off. Other than a VIP 30, so I'm like, that's cheaper than the Sephora VIB sale that's going on starting tomorrow. Okay, yeah, let that dry down too long. Let's jump to here because of that. So somebody hit me up on Instagram asking if I had like a rouge, Sephora rouge link, and I'm like, no. I'm like, somebody I didn't even know. And I'm just like, I don't spend that much money at Sephora to be rouge on VIB. So I'm not the regular 10%, 15% would be for the VIB sale. So I was like, okay, lady, I don't know. Now I didn't want to accept it to respond and tell her that. You know, then they have access and everything. I was just like, no, the things I use are from my Ipsy. I buy a lot of skincare at Sephora. So I'm pulling this out. These edges here. So it's like, that's interesting. And I don't want to ever buy that much to be necessarily, it has its pros, but I have other things I need to pay for versus buying that much makeup for it to be too hot here to be wearing makeup most of the year. Okay. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Or maybe because they see I wear makeup or do makeup, or I have my makeup page for helping other people out. But I'm like, no, I don't have that. I'm like, maybe ask these influencers who have like thousands of followers. I have like maybe 400 something. And that's kind of defeating purpose, but see how harsh it is right there. Okay. So I have the LYS bronzing stick. I thought it was a bronzing contour stick, but it's just a bronzing stick accordingly on the packaging. I got this from Ipsy for $5. I think I may have mentioned that before, that it was coming, came early. However, I think because they're sitting at Tolleson for like 2-3 days, it melted. So when I got it, a lot of it was, the whole stick was in the cover. Like the tip is in here now. So right there, you see no tip. The tip is in here at the top of it, and I haven't figured out. I can probably lift it all the way up to get it, but is it going to come back down? So I had to take whatever's in here, all of this that was here, I had to pound it out, and I put it back here with my hands. This is kind of messy. So I've seen other people, too much mouth. I know she was showing her, she's like, ignore all the, I understand why now, because it does get all up in the lid and all over the place. So I did kind of swatch it to kind of see, okay, is this going to work for sure? So you're supposed to turn it up. You see how it comes up. I'm not bringing it all the way up. I'm bringing it actually back down, because a little goes a long way. And so what I am going to do, and this is in the shade Worthy. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was like this because it was in Tolleson for 2-3 days, because it was not moving. I saw it was in Tolleson for 2-3 days on my mail tracker, and then finally got to the not PO box, to the mail state post office that I get my mail from. So I'm gonna do this. Just kind of like that. And so if you watch Minna _ and then it starts with her last name, starts with the A, maybe a D next. One of her videos when she first uses this, you'll see how much she uses on every look. You'll see how much pigmented it is and how much goes everywhere. And so that's why I'm not trying to, and that was probably too much, even though I knew what I was getting into. So I'm just gonna do a little here. Now you don't even probably have to go back into this. And you know, I don't think they do refunds for this. This is like part of the flash sale at Ipsy. So it's not like they're gonna refund me money for $5 or send me a new one. And then I've seen people just put a little. Again, I'm just taking this right here because I know this is way too much. Just tap. Oh, there's some on the other side. Let's go on the other side. So like I said, just a little. I'm not going all the way like that. Okay, I was just concerned with that part. And then let's see, do I have enough to... Just a little. It was too much, I can tell. Wipe some of that off. There we go. Just a little. And I'm not using this for the rest. So yeah. If I had one of them little spatula things, then I would get what's in here out. Otherwise, I just keep looking to see where the tip should be. And then put the lid back on accordingly. Put that over there. I'm gonna put this right here, kind of out of the way. And then let us, did I set? Let us, I'm gonna set my concealer first. John Wick is on. John Wick 2. I'm not as big as a fan of the second one. It has its good moments, but where the Italian lady kills herself, slits her wrist and gets in the tub, jacuzzi, whatever you want to call it. Takes all clothes on. It's just, to me, that was just gratuitous. It didn't, and then he goes and shoots her, whatever. That's just, to me, that scene just, the way it went down just didn't need to happen. So that's why I'm not a fan of that particular scene. It was just, okay, I know the whole movie is full of gratuitous violence, but that nudity scene just made no sense to me. Like, okay, I'm taking my own control of my own power, I'm naked in this pool, what have you. It just made no sense to me. Again, I know out of everything, That's what makes no sense. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get to blending. So I've seen people blend this particular bronzer because it's so dark is why I kind of, to me, it's contour with like a foundation brush. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't know if I just let it set too long. Okay, no, there we go. And it's definitely one of those ones where you're definitely blending. And see how dark it is? That's why I'm saying. I probably should have put it on thinner. And then like that. It's very not moist. That's not a word I would want to use. Creamy. So that's why I'm like, okay. So I was trying not to put too much because I didn't want to look too crazy. And figure out, you know, how much blending needs to be done kind of thing. So it's blended on this side. And then just that little, just kind of go up and down. Because you see I put little here and it's coming down a little bit. I can't control planes flying over. But if I did a bit on this side, it'd probably look a little more chisel. So it's definitely testing my patience of blending. Like this top part especially. Still looks a little crazy dark right there. Maybe if I had a little part right there. Okay. And then brush specifically for this area. So yeah, just playing with it, figuring it out. Like you do most things, figuring it out. Stuff like this. Okay, you definitely see it's following along those lines. And then I just noticed, yes, I know I have a dark neck, but I'm like, okay, it's really looking dark right now. And I'm like, I'm wearing this shirt, so I'm like, ah. I need to use, I don't need, I should, oh, no, I'm not even should. I have, who's it by? It's by a black company, Fade something, Tropicals or something like that. Black skincare brand at Sephora. And I have the cream that lightens, and it doesn't have the, I believe it does not have the hydroquinone in it, which is bad in general, but especially for black people. That people, dermatologists have recommended for people to get rid of dark spots or to lighten the skin. I'm not trying to lighten my skin, I'm trying to, it's darker than obviously the rest of me, just to even out my skin tone. I have it, it just kind of has a smell, so even if I put it on at night, I'm just like, okay, because I take showers at night, so the next day, unless that smell is gone, I'm still going to smell like that in my neck. So that's the kind of thing. It's like, unless I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, or during the season of turtlenecks, if it gets colder, then, okay. Let's set this, because it's not cold enough to wear turtlenecks yet. Like that. So kind of like that, that kind of, it's a little better. Because it's creamy, and if Hema was, I think it was a Hema, saying if you have oily skin like she does, you definitely have to set it. And since I have combo skin, anything creamy, I'm gonna set on my face. So I'm just gonna go down a little bit. Some of that I know is the setting powder. Okay. Okay, I know that's a lot on the side. I see that. So with that, let's a little setting powder. My hand. And then there's nothing on here. I'm just gonna, because I don't have my smaller brush. That setting powder, I'm just brushing that away. Of course, a small brush would help in this area. I just cleaned up my brushes. I really didn't want to dirty up another brush. Okay. So that was clean. Okay. For the cheeks, let me warm up a little bit. Just a little higher than usual. And then just kind of the wheels on the bus go round and round, and the fact that I'm singing that. Thank you. When I went hiking last weekend, the 2-year-old that was in the back seat was singing the wheels on the bus. So thank you, filling her name, her mother, and our friends. They know. So that's probably why that just popped in my head. I was like, ooh, I learned they teach the same freaking like songs despite whatever generation. I'm gonna wipe that off and there we go. So I have the wipe over and over again. I'm just like, what? Like they're still teaching? And then she was singing Bonnie, and I'm like, what? Bonnie's still on air? And I guess it's on YouTube or Netflix. Bonnie is, don't quote me on that. Because I was like, why do other generations know about Bonnie? Especially since we're doing like a adult version of Bonnie with Daniel Colé. I'm probably saying his name wrong. So I'm like, no other generation needs to know about Bonnie or Teletubbies. But apparently with streaming, it's happening. Okay. And then I'm gonna set that Mented. So I'm trying to use because it's cooler. I said I don't wear makeup like that often. Like when I go to work, I'm basics. I'm very basic with it. Eyes, lips. Every now and then mascara. So I'm just using that to set because it matches like that's plum, just like the cream I just used was. What time is it? Okay, yeah, I got a lot of time. So I'm trying to use definitely makeup I have because the Sephora VIP sale starts tomorrow. And like 15% off of everything is not really a lot, but it's for some it's good. So certain things it's like, okay, yeah, that's better than paying full price. It's better than paying 10%. It's not as good as 20%, but so I'm like, okay, what do I want, or what do I maybe just wait for Black Friday sales kind of thing. And so far I was looking at photos of when I wore the House Labs. That looks pretty good. Like, do I need another foundation? Do I need that foundation? Or do I want another foundation? No, I do want another foundation. But do I want that particular foundation? And then I was like, you know what? House Labs, the concealer. Because I really like the concealer. I think the concealer is the same shade as, works as the same shade as in my color 43. My foundation color is 490. It works for that. So that's why I'm like, okay, just get the concealer. And then maybe I was going to Makeup by Mario, and like I said, mixed reviews, but it looked good on me. I look back at the videos I did, I'm like, that looks good. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to get that. I'm going to get another sample before I purchase. Because 24N blends in great right here. 25W is darker right here. But my face, I mean, it'll probably definitely match my neck and the lighting right now because it's making my neck look darker than it actually is. I don't know if, you know, summer coats, people have the summer and winter shade. I'm like, I don't think I have all these different shades, but that's just what you're telling me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not buying 50 million shades or a whole bunch of foundation for different parts of the year kind of thing. I'm not that person. I know that people do, but I'm just like, and then somebody was saying that the L'Oreal True Match is pretty much a dupe for Mario, and I'm like, I have the True Match. I like the True Match. It looks good on me. So I'm like, okay. I definitely, like I said, because it's cooling down, I want to wear more of my foundations, or I'm kind of just like, not even foundation, like skin tint kind of thing, like light. I want to be lighter with my makeup. So I've seen some looks and I'm like, oh damn, I didn't realize how, I tried a lot of foundations this year and tints, preparing for, you know, these end of the year sales. So I'm like, okay, it's now time to figure out, okay, am I going to buy anything, what I'm going to buy kind of thing. And Tower 28, I forgot how good Tower 28 looked and how natural I looked wearing Tower 28 sunscreen, foundation, moisturizer, whatever it's called. So I'm like, ooh, okay. Let that dry differently than usually, you know, how I usually do as I put on primer. I have on lip gloss from, again, I can't name it, it's whatever is by my computer. I think it's Orza, something like that, watermelon. I think that's the one. Sometimes your lips are too glossy. Because I'm like, matte lipstick is not gonna stay, be transfer proof if your lips are all crazy moist. Did I just hit my teeth? And we're gonna do House Labs lip liner. See if we can get it to not be crooked on that side. It just goes on, doesn't go on matte. It feels creamy, like it's not gonna set down. It does, and it stays. Sorry if you're one of those people who can't have that noise. And I might just buy skincare from the sale. Jump to my eyes. I know I started that. I'm jumping to my eyes though. Let us do. I like this natural kind of matte look, because even if I don't feel like, I realize I didn't do that. I feel like wearing lashes. have a Q-tip. Thing is, like, my makeup is never perfect. Other people, they get their makeup perfect. I'm like, no, you'll always see something, like my eyebrows not being perfectly identical. It's the sisters, not twins. And other things, if you get close enough. Like, so it's like, okay. To me, you don't have to look perfect. You just feel great about what you accomplished. Go today, I mastered a wing. Oh, I did this without making this mistake. So I think even makeup artists aren't perfect. Because I know somebody did a look and somebody commented like, are you gonna fix this? And it's like, wow, okay. Like, you really expect all these people to be perfect. Yeah, I know they are this great big makeup artist and have their own line and everything. But you expect them to be perfect all the time. Which just isn't realistic. I probably shouldn't have gone all the way in there like that. Now to set. I'm going to speed through this and not talk. Because there's a black one right there that we are going to use. Oh, damn, that's dark. Okay. It's good to set with. But yeah, little girl, 2-year-old was singing Barney song, Wheels on a Bus. She's counting 10 little monkeys jumping on the bed. I'm like, they still teach that? Okay. Yeah. It's just things that they still teach. It's like, okay, was this in a book somewhere? Or you're a teacher and they're like, you have to teach these nursery rhymes. She's 2, so I'm like, somewhere there's a book, daycare, whatever, or they give you a shot when you get your fingerprint clearance card. These are the ones you have to learn. Okay, I digress. Where is my mascara? I just realized I don't have my mascara. Let's do mascara. Lipstick. Okay, so I know Pound Cake I've used before. It was in Bloodberry. Kind of cute little pound cake kind of thing. But it was damaged. If y'all watched my video, y'all saw it was damaged. So Ulta, a week later, finally had it in store at one location, not the one by my house. So, but it was not, Bloodberry's only online. So with that, I had them create a swatch. I'm like, give me a tester. They had no testers out for it at all. I'm like, give me a tester. As long as they had more than one box, they were willing to do a tester. So I'm like, okay. So I got the one, Red Bean. I could have exchanged and just got another one of the same Bloodberry. But I wanted, one of the other ones I wanted to try was Red Bean. So this is it. It's still red, it's just a different kind of red. Or they have them for different shades of lips. So if you have pink lips, or brown, light brown lips, or deep brown lips, this one I think is for deep brown lips. My outside of my lips are, and I don't even, looking at that, I don't even have to actually wear anything. Which is why I'm like, okay, should I, shouldn't I? I'm going to. So, this is Red Bean. Again, it smells like pound cake. So this is Red Bean by Pound Cake. I like it. It's a little darker than the other one. The other one's, I can see why this is a beginning one. It's kind of a brighter kind of red. This is a little, I'd say it's a little deeper red kind of. So I can see why they call this Red Bean, and I like it, and it's still, it's not on my teeth, that's why I did that. So this one works as well. So the other one was a good beginner one. If it wasn't damaged, I totally would have kept it and bought another one anyway. So I'm glad Red Bean is just as beautiful. So let us put my earrings on, and then we are ready to go. So these earrings I got when I went to the powwow. Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. That was at Steel Indian School Park. She doesn't really have a, I don't know if she had like a business name, because it was done through Zelle, and it was using her name, so I don't think she has a business name. And they had a lot of vendors there, so one of which I follow. Yeah, it kind of has a little turquoise right there. You see it there, and then whatever this gemstone is. They're just so pretty because, you know, I like blue. I wanted something that was definitely representative of Native Americans in Arizona, which is turquoise. So that's why I like the little turquoise right there. And then like this. And I didn't want anything too, something that represented Native Americans, but I didn't want anything that was too, somebody would think is costumey, or somebody who's not Native American shouldn't be wearing kind of thing that's native to their heritage. And I know they make it to Native Americans, make the jewelry to be sold to everybody, not just other Native Americans, obviously. But I didn't want to offend anybody. I even said this to my coworker who had told me to come to the powwow. She's like, they don't care. We don't care. And I'm like, okay, but still, some of it, I was just like, I just know I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it. I was just so, I definitely want to represent other ethnicities, things like the support and everything like that. I just didn't want to offend anybody. So, or, you know, somebody take it the wrong way. So that's why these, it's definitely, since it's definitely made by Native American woman, and it represents, it has little turquoise, which is, like I said, is found in a lot of, used for a lot of jewelry here in Arizona. Because we have the Navajo, the Apache. I think Diné is a language, not a tribe. So yeah, I like them, and they go good with black. I have a turquoise kind of colored shirt. It's more tealish. I wouldn't wear it with that anyway, but I wear it when I wear a black shirt. But I do like them. So with that, I've been rambling, and this is my final look for happy hour tonight.